Okay, so I don't really get a lot of inbox messages every now and then, but I had this one guy or gal, I'm not going to mention the name, but they said they're going around asking a couple of preppers about what we thought about Ebola and what we're doing to prepare, if anything. And I just thought I'd make a video about it. I told them basically that I didn't think that we're going to look at some real pandemic type situation. I don't think it's going to get that bad. It could. I'm not saying it can't, but I don't think so. I know they're not really doing a hell of a lot to prevent it, but it's not really that easily to catch. I mean, you can. You've got all these, healthcare professionals getting sick. I guess at first they didn't know what it was, but after they find out, you still got people getting sick. But yeah, I mean, it can. It's not something to joke around with either. But like anything else, I mean, it's in your body fluid. So, I mean, basically, you don't get it as easy as the flu. The flu, you sneeze, and that comes out almost like 1,000 miles an hour or something. You can, little particulates with your saliva. It's in your saliva. Someone breathes it in. It gets in their system. And this is with the flu we're talking about. So you can get that pretty easily. I guess if somebody had the flu and Ebola, of course it'd be in their saliva too, and I guess you could catch both at the same time. I mean, wintertime is coming up. I guess that's something to think about. I guess it could happen. I don't know. But it's not really that easily. You don't catch that easily either. I mean, I guess if you kiss somebody that's infected, yeah, it's in their saliva, so there you go. I forget how long it's like. You can catch it. It's stored in semen for like 30 days. So, I mean, hey, that's another way you can get it. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. If you drink out of someone's drink, yeah. If you shake hands with somebody, maybe it's a warm day, maybe they're sweating a little bit. It's in your bodily fluids. There you go. You go and you eat something. Well, yeah, there you go. You could get sick. So it's nothing to joke about. And, it's definitely, it could happen, but I don't see it being that big of a deal. Like Spanish flu or something like that type. I don't think it get that bad. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more and more people getting sick, but I don't think that it's going to be that bad. Of course, I would recommend you prepare for it. Like I tell them, like anything else, I recommend them some of the videos which I've shown them. Just the emergency survival food where I take dry rice, dry beans. I've changed it. I put some instant noodles in there now. And the veggie kits from like chow mein kits. So you just add hot water and 20 minutes later you got a meal. It's not, elegant, not fine dining gourmet, but it'll hold you over in an emergency. And I've left videos where I show you to take big containers, clean them, fill them with like rice, beans, instant noodles, instant potatoes, stuff like that. Seal them and throw an oxygen absorber or hand warmer, and they'll stay fine in there for a good while. Canned goods, I mean, stuff that you like, right? Not like yams and stuff like that nobody ever eats, and they just sit. You have cans in the cabinet that just stay there forever. Get stuff that you like. I like ranch style beans, so what do? I put aside some ranch style beans, right? Every now and then I'll buy a can, and I'll take if I want them, I'll take a can from the store, buy one, and take the old one, replace it, and there you go. Rotate that stuff out, and I mean, it's got pretty long shelf life. I think unofficially I read somewhere it's like 10 to 14 years, something like that, in canned goods. I mean, I've done it myself. I guess that's ill-advised, but I'm still here. I've done that. I've eaten stuff in old cans. I don't care, right? And especially if the stores are empty and, you're going hungry and, if it did get that bad, stores are looted and empty, well, yeah, am I going to eat the old can or, just go without? Hey, I'm going to eat the can. But just prepare like anything else. I say that, like anything else, a natural disaster, I think more likely an economic collapse. I mean, QE3 ended and the market rallied, and there you go. But that happened at the end of QE2. That happened at the end of QE1. And, if it worked, we wouldn't be on quantitative easing 3, would we? So I think that's probably the most likely. Eventually, we're not going to get so lucky. We're not going to be able to borrow and spend our way to wealth, and I think that's the most likely case to happen. But then again, I mean, H1N1, there was a bit of a pandemic. It wasn't that dangerous because well, lots of us have the antibodies from our relatives, our descendants. So basically, the swine flu was the same as the Spanish flu, H1N1, right? Your descendants got that. They pass it down the line, your grandparents, your parents, you. So you had the antibodies. Most of us had the antibodies. That's why it wasn't that lethal. But some stuff like H5N1, H9N1 stuff, H5N9. There's so many. There's a couple out there, but we have no immunity. Those are easy to catch. The flu is easy to catch. That I'll be worried about, right? Someone sneezes, you breathe that shit in, and there you go. You're infected, and you don't have any natural antibodies in your system like we did with the swine flu, so that could be bad. Ebola, if you're kissing strangers, or you're, it's in their semen, you have unprotected sex with somebody, or you're shaking sweaty hands and then eating something, yeah, but you got to be very careful about that. I mean, that's a good idea to be careful about that shit anyway, but still, stock up on bleach and Lysol and, be a temporary germaphobe. I mean, hell, hygiene and cleanliness is not a bad thing, so I guess it wouldn't be that bad. But it's you drink out of someone's drink, yeah, you can catch that. Just be careful, use your head if it does get that bad. And if it got really bad, just stay indoors. You could do so. You have food at home. If you, let's say, I recommend people have some firearms, right? You need that anyway. I mean, I recommend this day and age. Whether you need to protect your family, whether it's a Katrina type situation where you got people robbing and burning places down and looting, and remember there was like 6 or 7 cops or something like that were killing people and manufacturing evidence. I mean, you never know. It's a crazy world. Whether it's something like that, and you got women being robbed in the street and people being shot and killed and beaten to death, that could happen. But also it could be just you sleep and somebody breaks in there. You got, every now and then you read about a guy that breaks into a house and kills a whole family. That happens every now and then. It's a sick world, man. So you need to be able to defend them. And yeah, you could. I mean, you could get up and fight with it, maybe, but it's a 50-50 chance. He could be tougher, maybe not. Even then, sometimes the little guy wins over. So you never know. So I mean, but if you have a firearm, hey man, get the fuck out of here. And they're gone, man. And if they're, if they're armed, well, then if it's you or them, or I should say you and your family or them, well, hey, I know what I would do if I had to. And, you might be in that situation, God forbid it, but you never know. Whether it's just in a pandemic type situation or lawlessness or something, or just, you go to sleep one night and somebody breaks in there. If you go to the FEMA website, recommend you have anywhere from 3 to, a couple weeks worth of food. Be advised though, you got the government website saying, keep a couple weeks worth of food for pandemics, and you got like the NDAA where if you have a couple more than a week's worth of food, you might be a suspected homegrown terrorist. And there was another one that was more than 7 days worth of food, weatherproof ammo, and missing fingers, which would be, to me, indicate a hunter. Somebody, got a guy that's got ammo weatherproofed in his garage or something, and he hunts and he processes his own meat. He had an accident or something. That would indicate somebody that, you believe in firearms, you believe in taking care of your own family, you think for yourself. You might be a suspected homegrown terrorist. If you basically think for yourself. It took FEMA 5 days to get water to the Superdome when, the human body can only make it 3 days without water. So be warned on that. That's just ironic to me. But yeah, it could happen. I mean, with SARS, we quarantined flights from the infected area, the hot zone, and with Ebola, no big deal. You got healthcare officials getting sick, so who sends 1,000 troops into the hot zone. And of course, some people don't know about this, and I'll look for links on the stuff I'm talking about, maybe, and put it in the description bar. But it made it easier for visas from people from West Africa, where the hot zone is, to come into the U.S. So to me, it doesn't seem like they're doing a hell of a lot to stop it. I guess I've said enough. You kind of get my idea. Why would you want that? Why would you want hurt people? Why would you want them dependent on you? I don't know. That's, there's some sick people. I mean, they don't care. It's not them. Like, Feinstein, she has her concealed carry. She'll take care of herself, but you can't. It's just hypocrites, all of them. You better take care of yourself, guys. But that's all I got on that. That's it.